when we're running a business, metaphorically, we pour ourselves out for it. We get her done. We get up, we leave the cave, we kill something, we drag it home. And we draw a line in the sand, and with our team, we say, you're going to be on this side, but if you want to be on the other side, we pick a fight, because a bunch on my side will take you on. We're knit together. We spent hours and hours and hours and thousands of dollars making sure that we trust each other and that we have each other's back. We've drawn a line in the sand. I'm going to learn how to lead at a different level so that my team understands that there's a line. And then I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to turn my back and not worry about my throat getting slit from behind. And your team can turn their back and trust you because you're worthy of trust. That's an intentional act, and it's something you get to practice every single day when you're leading. Spineless leader is an oxymoron. Passivity is simply not an option. Passive leader is by definition an oxymoron. You can't sit back and watch everything happen and call yourself a leader. By definition, a leader is moving because a leader gets there first. Who's the leader in a race? The one that gets there first. I lead from behind. No, you don't. You are a behind. You're not a leader. You're a cattle herder. You can't lead from behind. You're going to move at the speed of the slowest team member, which, as you will find, is often not moving at all. Now, we're going to lead from the front and go, we're going this way. You want on this team? This is where we're going. And if you don't come with us, you're going to be left and wondering why you didn't get on this train, because this train's moving, baby. We're going this way. Passivity is not an option for a real leader. Your business and your team will be paralyzed if you're an indecisive leader. As a young leader, when I first started, I found myself in situations where I just didn't know what to do. Now, I'm a high DI on the DISC, which means I make decisions very quickly, and if it's the wrong decision, I'll just make another one. So I wasn't always indecisive, but I was insecure. I didn't know if I could pull this off. I didn't know if this decision's right. Now, there's very few times you know where the decision's right or wrong, but these days, after doing this for 20, 30 years now, I kind of know certain situations, and so it appears that my patience is running thin. That's not it at all. I just made the decision with a lot more confidence because I've already been there, done that, and I know what to do. Shut up, we're going. Boom. You seem to not think about that very much. Did you take all the things into consideration? Yeah, 25 years ago I did. So it's easier now. But when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. Every time you take a step, is it the right step? Am I going, is this one going to sink? Am I going down here? Is there a problem? And it scares you to death. Indecision, truthfully, in my case and in yours, when I was indecisive in those early days or insecure in those early days, it's caused by one thing, and that's fear. The only reason people won't make decisions is fear. If you don't say you're afraid, then you're not being real, you're a liar. We all get afraid. We don't know what to do. Every time you try something new, you don't know if it's going to work. Every time you launch a new product, you don't know if it's going to work. Every time you call somebody, you don't know if they're going to take your call. You don't know if it's going to work. I mean, we've been putting these screens up for 3 days. We didn't know if they were going to work. The fear will cause you to not do anything. If we try this, it might not work. You ever said that? If you try it, it might not work. If you don't try it, it won't work. It's normal to be afraid. The trick is how to work through that fear and still make decisions and still make wise decisions. That's the trick we're looking for. When you are indecisive, when you can't make the call, your team loses energy because they think they're following a wuss. Because they're following a wuss. That's why they think that. It paralyzes everyone when you don't know what you're doing and when you can't make a call. You ever driving along the road and you almost total a $50,000 automobile for a 19-cent squirrel? You ever see the squirrel? He goes running out in the road and he goes, blum, blum. So what happens if you don't make the call? You become roadkill. You got to make the call. I don't care which side you want to be on. You want to be on the left? Get on the left. You want to be on the right? Get on the right. But don't be lukewarm. Make a call. Be is or isn't. Draw a line in the sand. This is what we're going to do. I'm not positive it's right, but I own the freaking place. This is what we're going to do. As for me and my house, this is what we're going to do. We're going to serve the Lord. This is how we walk. This is what you do when you're a Ramsey. This is what you do when you're a Ramsey personality. This is what you do when you're on the Ramsey team. It means something to have that name. And in your name, it needs to mean something. It means something when you say Chick-fil-A, doesn't it? Instantly, there's all these brand mechanisms that are turned loose inside of you. It means something when you say Southwest Air, doesn't it? It means that you're actually going to find smiling people who don't drag you off their airplane by the hair. It means something. It means something to be associated once you draw that line in the sand. And let me tell you, nothing moves unless it's shoved, and every time something is shoved, there's friction. People are not going to like it when you do something. And the more of something you do, the more people won't like it. And now they live in their mother's basement and they write a blog about it. People are stupid. If you wait on people to approve everything you do, you're never going to do anything. If you want to be completely liked, stay at home and never leave your home and don't get on the internet. There's no way, no possible way. If you have contact with more than 2 human beings ever, you're going to find someone that doesn't like something about something that you said, did, wished, desired, whatever. People will drive you crazy. We bail our hate mail. I use it for kindling in the winter. We answer all letters that come to Ramsey except hate mail, and there's no point in answering hate mail because they weren't asking a question. They weren't seeking out advice. They were trying to tell us how to run our business. And we call it the Dave Ramsey Show because it's my freaking show. Well, there's constructive criticism. Not much. Not much. There's market research where you find out what your customers actually like and you learn from your customers, the people who care about you. But we've bred a whole new level of troll in this culture now. And there's no sense listening to these trolls. Well, you need to respond. No, I'm not going to respond unless I'm just doing it for entertainment value on Twitter. But other than that, I'm not going to respond. I'll mess with you and just, I got about 800,000 folks. I'll turn loose on you if you want to do something on Twitter. We'll dance. But it's just that's for entertainment value. I've been doing it 25 years. I'm not likely to change.
Well, I wish you would just stay over here and just work on the debt snowball.
No. You see what I'm saying? Do you have those opportunities in your business? I wish you guys wouldn't. I wish you would just do what I want. Why do you care about you run your life. You got a full-time job. Criticism is something a leader is going to face. Am I right? Say yes. And you make the decision in spite of it, not because of it. You're not going to make them happy. You're not going to make them happy, okay? Elements of good decision making. Okay, now in the midst of all that, how do we make really great decisions? The first thing is deciding not to decide is a decision, and it can be the right decision. How many of you are high D or high I and you've taken the DISC thing? Well, everybody here is taking it, I guess, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah. And so you are going to make decisions too quickly like I do. And you feel the need to make a decision because you should make a decision. Dave just did a thing on decisions. I need to make a decision. And sometimes deciding not to decide and letting these things play out, like he's driving his car over the cliff and you go back and you go, I don't think I can stop it no matter what I do. I can jump in front of the car and die as he goes over the cliff. Or I can just watch. Have you ever been really angry and sent an email or made a decision you wished you didn't make? Say yes. Have you ever been really scared and made a decision or sent an email that you wished you hadn't done while you were scared? Say yes. If you're breathing and you're a leader, you have to answer yes to both those or you're lying to yourself. I have. I violated both of those. And sometimes I figured out if I just wait overnight, my brain grows back. Or if I wait overnight, all those things that were going to be the end of the world. You get up the next morning, it's a little mouse. Like, it's nothing. Just step on it. It's done.